This is a story about Izzy's Ice Cream in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's a premium ice cream brand, and it has many unique flavors. All of them are not available all of the time. And so this creates an ideal scenario to implement an innovative notification system called Flavor Up. Here's how the system works. Customers sign up to be notified when their favorite flavor is available. They go to the website izzysicecream.com in order to sign up for this notification. For me, I signed up right away for the coconut, the best I've ever had. Izzy's owner, Jeff Summers, says that the system eliminates or reduces the chances of being disappointed when you show up at Izzy's. And it also creates a spontaneous yee-haw when you get that notification on your email that your favorite flavor is available. It's also a great way to keep the crowds inside Izzy's store updated on the flavors that are available in the dipping case. You see, there is an RFID tag on the back of each ice cream sign. And when employees remove a certain flavor and then replace it with a different flavor, they also replace the sign on the front of the dipping case. And that RFID tag notifies the database, which changes both the website and the in-store signage.
Right now our system updates to the website in real time. It updates to Twitter and Facebook. And one of the really important things about that for us is our Izzy Scoop's been really good for us in terms of customer interaction. And so what this is going to do is, if you come into Izzy's and you don't know what we have and you've got a couple places where you can look and see what we have, you're going to have a lowered opportunity to be anxious about what's going to happen once you get here. And so we think we're going to be able to give a tremendously improved customer service experience. Also, if you're out on your phone and you're an Izzy's Facebook fan or Twitter follower, you'll get that information. You make that 1 or 2 mile right-hand turn to come in, or reschedule for another day, because your favorite's not here, or go sign up online so we get that data so we know that that's what people are looking to get in terms of popularity and things like that. So we think that Larry and I really didn't want to build Izzy's around cult of personality. We want everything going back to the ice cream. Everything we do goes back to making high quality ice cream from the kitchen to the customers in terms of giving excellent customer service, and this was our tool to improve on that and to sort of earn the next sale from each of our current customers, new customers, our loyal customers. Year one, it's easy to keep people's attention when I make every ice cream cone. But as you move on and you can't do every aspect of the business, you've got to reinvest, and this was what, we could have put up new paint or wall furnishings or lights, but this is where we put our money.
So, let me tell you about Izzy's, what an Izzy actually is. This little chocolate that I have on the top of my favorite coconut, this is the Izzy. And this is the difference between a company that has a social culture versus social tactics. Now, the social culture here and what the Izzy represents is this is a little free taste test that Jeff puts on. It's called an Izzy, that Jeff puts on a cone because they have so many different flavors. And even though the flavors are not available all the time, which is why they have this Flavor Up notification system, they believe so much in two things. They believe in the product, how good the product is. It's a premium ice cream product. And the customer, the loyalty of the customer. And so this Izzy on top, I believe, represents their belief in both those two things, the quality of their product and the loyalty of their customer, where they'll give them a taste of something new. This is called umeshu chocolate, which is a chocolate with a Japanese plum wine in it. And then I got my notification that the coconut was available, so I had to get some of the coconut. And I think it really represents how a company can be social at its very core, both with its product and its customer base, as well as implementing then social tactics. Now, sure, companies can implement social tactics and try and participate in the community, if you will. But I think when companies are social at their core, then all of the social tactics that they implement are true to who they are and to their customer base.
A single with cake batter as the base and cotton candy as the Izzy.
Wow.
You're getting an Izzy? Well, it comes with an Izzy.
What are you going to get?
Wait, a single or? Cotton candy with bubble gum.
Yeah, I'm going to work with waffle cone.
Yeah. And Margaret? What?
Peppermint bonbon with Oreo.
Oreo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Erickson of Thunheim Partners provides social media strategy and PR for Izzy's. He comments on their culture this way.
It really takes an understanding of the importance of the relationship with your customer, and I think that's what Jeff Summers really understands. He's been doing social media before social media was social media. He had customers telling their stories in store by having a map of where they're from, and everybody putting a push pin on that map, and every push pin represented a story. And so with the social media coming along, he's been able to figure out ways to cultivate those stories and allow people to tell them on their own. And he's just building closer and closer relationships with his customers as a result of this technology.
Summers is an entrepreneur that thinks big, so he can deliver on the small details. This is the kind of thinking that every company, small to large, needs to understand and practice. Here, Summer brilliantly describes the notion of crowdsourcing, and then the idea that an individual can also help the crowd.
And when you see and you look out in the marketplace, specifically in a lot of areas where there's open source work being done, and lots of people are working toward a common objective, whether it's people working on a math problem that one individual mathematician couldn't solve alone. They had that contest up, and I think it was 7 mathematicians solved a problem that had not yet been resolved mathematically. And when people work together in that fashion, they tend to bring about results that exceed what might have happened in the individual realm. At the same time, when you look at our People's Flavor Awards contest, individuals will think up a flavor that then rewards the group at large for many years out. And so I think that that relationship between individual thinking and group thinking is a part of Izzy's, and if you were an employee of Izzy's, you actually get taught that in our mission statement. The easiest way to explain that to a high school kid that works for us or somebody in college is that a lot of times in our line at Izzy's are a family representing 3 generations. And ultimately, as you age or as you're young, the world's a different place week by week, year by year, decade by decade. It's not the same place you walked through a year ago as you will a year from now. It always changes. And so when we have 3 generations in line at Izzy's, we have to do something that allows all the people in that small group to be individuals. And then for them to have that debate, battle, messiness, come through the line and still retain that things of dignity that go with a small group, as well as our largest small group, which would be our Izzy's customers. And so that's why we do it.
And I think that's really what a company who believes in their product and believes in their customer base will do, especially on a premium product like this, where they don't necessarily have to go and discount in order to get people to try things. But the added value, coconut is so good. But the added value that they give to allow people to participate, to explore, to discover, and then interact online in any way that is comfortable for the customer. So this is a perfect example of a social culture inside a company implementing social tactics. For the Marketing Edge, I'm Albert Marucci. Oh, so good. Yeah.